Welcome back, guys, to a very off-the-cuff review. Now, this beer I sort of reviewed with Dean from Dean's Beer Reviews, and I think that was only the second sort of live, well, I say live, sort of review I've done with someone else, and it all feels a little bit weird. It's very odd, and that's nothing against Dean or nothing. It's just a new experience and a bit odd, and I'm so used to just sitting in front of the camera and chatting shit to you. It's a bit odd. So I thought I'll just do literally a quick one of the Trappe from the Perfect Draft. Just to sort of come out and chat anyway, and for anyone that isn't on Dean's channel or hasn't seen it. So I've just poured a drink now. It's the Trappe Blonde, 6.5% from the Perfect Draft. Didn't do a video of the pour. Like I said, it's just an off-the-cuff kind of thing that I'm doing. Now, it's 6 litres. The keg coming at £37.90, I believe it was. In that £37.90, you've paid a £5 deposit. I got the 15% off, so roughly about a fiver off, £5.20 maybe. I could be slightly out by 20-30p. But it's working out. You're sort of getting the fiver off. By the time you put your keg deposit back, you're getting sort of like a fiver back for it. So it's coming in at about 28 quid for a decent blonde. So without further ado, without further ado, I'll get on with this little bit of a off-the-cuff beer review. So obviously in the Trappe chalice, which is a beautiful work of art, to be honest. Obviously, I think there is a little bit of chill haze on the glass, but it is slightly hazy. It's sort of like amber, copper, orange, whatever you want to call it, really. There was a good finger of white creamy head. That has just gone down a little bit. I'm getting near the end of the keg now as well. There's probably about, I'm going to have a guess at about 2.5-3 pints left. So although no air can get in and what have you, I tend to think that the longer you have the kegs on, they do deteriorate a little bit. Excuse me. So in the glass, there we go. Hazy, like I said. Typical sort of blonde aromas. Sort of just fruity, floral. A little bit sweet in there. But not really picking loads up that it hits out at you. They tend to be, I found maybe some of the better ones tend to be a little bit more subdued, and the flavours come out more in it. You get more from the flavours in the taste. So without further ado, I'm waffling now. I'm feeling a bit lost because I've just come off the cuff and done this. Should be used to it really though. So without further ado, we'll dive in and see what we get on the taste. Again, as I said with Dean, very smooth, very smooth, very soft in the mouth, very easy to drink, very little sort of carbonation in there. It just sort of gently tickles the inside of your mouth, really. I mean, a lot of people from over here would probably say, oh, it's flat. The less carbonated Belgian beers, German beers tend to be less carbonated. Nice body to the beer. I'm getting the yeasty sort of taste in there. Now, whether that's because I'm getting to the bottom of the keg, Perfect Draft kegs, you do tend to get, if there's any sediment, any sort of thing in the bottom, that tends to come up at the end. It's something I do like about the Heineken blade, because the keg's upside down, so everything sort of draws down. But I'm going off the rails with that. Bitter aftertaste on the end, a little bit sort of like a typical sort of yeasty bitterness, I would say. Slightly sweet, slightly sticky, not major. Compared to the left is a lot stickier. This for me certainly is better than left, just because it hasn't got that stickiness. It's not so yeasty. The flavours in it, I found the better blondes tend to be, and I think this is something I'm learning with a bit more experience of drinking blondes. The left is very, very sweet, very sticky, very sort of like round your mouth. Whereas the other ones don't tend to have that stickiness to them. They're a little bit more subtle. Although the flavours are there, there's something that is just a little bit less about them. They're not, you could almost say they're less artificial. It's like anything, you buy something that a little bit better and there's just something about them that just tastes and feels better. And for me, this is with the Trappe compared to the left, if I'm totally honest. Yeah, very florally, if you like. I'm getting a malty feel to it as well, and there's almost a sweetness on the back end that gives it sort of like a caramel feel. But I'm not sure if it is, but I think the sweetness sort of tricks you into that. But a really nice blonde. I'm not going to knock left because I like left. But it is very, very much huge, massively produced. Same as this, but I think probably even bigger maybe. And I think there's a little bit more care taken in making this blonde than maybe the left. But the left's still a great drink. But for me, the Trappe on the Perfect Draft is absolutely cracking. Lovely blonde drink. Like I say, a blonde style is very similar to sort of like, for me, drinks like a lager, if you like, but obviously stronger and slightly different flavours. But a really nice drink. Are you willing to pay that extra £4 for the Trappe over left? I think it's worth it over, you know, if you judge it by these glasses, or I mean that line says 250ml. If you judge it by 330ml glasses, £4 over 18 glasses is very little. So for me, it is worth that little bit extra, and it's worth the extra. But obviously, it's all down to taste. So that's my review. Sorry, I've waffled on for so long. Hopefully, it's been half interesting. I've literally just come off the cuff with no preconceptions of how the review's going to go. It's just literally, I'll just chat shit, tell you about the beer on there. So excuse me, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. 3 more tomorrow. During the week there'll be a review of one of my pinter beers. I've got the American Pale Ale coming up. I've done a couple of little changes on that, so that should be interesting to see how that comes out. But like I say, I'll leave you to it. Saturday night, you don't want to be sitting here listening to me. You don't even want to wake up Sunday and have to listen to me by watching it, probably. And you're under control of that. So, but I'm going to shut up, leave you to it, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on another video. Cheers.